Okay. My name is Mason. I'm the CEO and chairman of HedgePay. And with me, I have Barrett, the creator of Speakeasy, the first person to launch on our platform. Barrett, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in Speakeasy and where the idea came from?
Yeah, well, I mean, the idea came from just everybody loves jackpots and everybody has a lot of fun in like lottery tokens typically, but they're lacked the transparency that I was always craving. Oftentimes, they do a drawing or a giveaway and they do it. Maybe they'll do it live on stream and they'll go to like a spreadsheet or some sort of website, and either they have arbitrary rules or the smart contract does it. And if the smart contract does it, it was very limited how it did it. It would only look at how many, wallets had over X amount of tokens, and they would randomly pick one of those wallets. And usually it's a pretty small threshold, and a lot of people are just encouraged to have a lot of wallets, and they just kind of wait to win. But ours, you have to buy into the token to get entered into the jackpot. And the more that you buy in during the current jackpots gives you more credits or entries or odds of winning. So it's a lot like a raffle. Like the more tickets, the more chances. Like you only need one credit and you could win the whole thing. And so it's an endless buy-in competition that's automated.
That's awesome. So let me ask you a question. If you buy one Speakeasy token, is there a very small chance that one Speakeasy token could win all of the jackpot, or is it like multiple jackpots to win?
Yeah, so the minimum amount that you can buy to be entered is 0.01 BNB. So whatever that amount is, so it doesn't matter how many tokens 0.01 BNB got you, but for every 0.01 BNB, so if you bought 1 BNB, you would get 100 credits. So yeah, but there's no difference in like the tiers. So just one credit could win the whole thing. And basically, yeah, it's just displayed on a wheel, and everybody has their own little slice on the wheel. And their slice is the size of, their percentage of winning, really. And it's pretty cool. Everybody has their own color because it uses a gradient system. So when there's a lot on there, it actually looks really cool. Yeah. So it's like a little faded little piece of art and then you hold your wallet over it. It'll show you, you hold your mouse over, it'll show you the wallet addresses, and it'll connect to the better list. So you can see exactly how many credits everyone has and which wallets have those credits. And then if somebody sells, even if they sell just one token, they actually end up losing all of their credits. So
okay, so it's kind of like you buy, you hold in order to get into the chance to win part of the jackpot. Is that right?
Yeah. And so there's a daily jackpot and a weekly jackpot that you get entered into both of them. Okay,
cool. Yeah. So there's two. All right, and that is that jackpot generated from the number of buys and sells you have?
Yeah, so 1.5% of the tax goes to the daily, and 1.5% of the tax goes to the weekly on the buy and sell. Yeah, but what's cool is our buy-in tax is only 3%, and so the only tax from the buy goes to those jackpots. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. And the jackpots now, previous release, everything was in BNB, and now the jackpots are in the native token. So in theory, if there's nobody ever selling, then the chart would never have anything to sell because we're not collecting any marketing or liquidity money on the buys. So it's kind of interesting because it's like, as we're going up in the beginning, you won't ever get hit by the chart or the contract selling. Which will be interesting. Yeah.
That will be.
Because last time it was heavily based on the contract selling because in order to fill the jackpots, it had to fill them with BNB. So had a really low threshold. So it was having to sell all that, every time it collected like 0.3 BNB. So the jackpot filled up really fast. Like we got over 12 BNB in the jackpot in the first hour on the first launch. So that was pretty exciting.
That is very exciting. Yeah. So is it one winner for the daily and one winner for the weekly? Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right, do you guys use you use a spin wheel? Is that right? You use a spin wheel and that is like a random number generator, or it kind of like just randomly picks throughout?
Yeah.
And, okay. And then, so the more you hold, the more you have a chance of winning, and it's on a daily basis. Well, so as long as you keep buying and holding, you have a chance of winning no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, And so what'll happen is, like, for example, people, you'll notice, I guess, times where, yeah, there's a lot maybe in the jackpot because maybe, for example, a lot of people sold for some reason. Then there's going to be a lot of money in the jackpot, but maybe nobody bought. And so if you buy, you'd be the only person that could win. So you would have a really good opportunity, a chance to get it that way, right?
Oh,
but if everybody was only buying, it would be, you almost just have like a more even chance of winning than, it's based on how much you put in versus how much they put in. They would have a higher percentage of winning. But yeah, okay. I really just like to watch for a dump. And then, like, if this day had a lot of dumping, then it's going to create the buy pressure because it's like, holy shit, there's just free money in here. And if I, now I have a huge percent of winning it, but there's way more money in here than the buyers have contributed. You know what I mean? Because the sellers can't win. So it's like,
right.
Yeah, if you put $1 and I put $1 up against each other and it was like for a 50-50, this would be the same. I would win your dollar and you would win my dollar. If we go over time forever, we would break even. But this is like if some other dude was just like, hey, guys, every time you play, I'm going to give you guys another dollar just for the hell of it. We would be playing all day, right? And so that's how it works.
So so say I bought during the pre-sale that you're going to have launching, I'm going to be automatically, which I plan on doing. Is that going to be something that I'll automatically be entered to win that jackpot then?
1 sec. So
disappeared.
Wait, I disappeared, but I'm right here. Yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah. It depends. If you buy in on the pre-sale, if we're going to do if we're going to airdrop jackpot credits or not, I'm not 100% sure. We have the ability to do that, but then we have to go and it would be cool. But then we also don't necessarily, since they're not putting any tax into the pot, it might kind of detract from the people buying in at launch. Because the people buying in at launch, yeah.
So say I bought in at pre-sale and then I staked it. Does that increase my chances of winning? Or do you not get you can't double dip?
Yeah, basically when you get in on the pre-sale, we would have to go and airdrop you credits in the jackpot. And because we can't actually add credits later because it's for security measures, I can't add or remove people's credits. And so so for those, we can't do that. But the one time we can add credits is on the initial deployment. And so if we want to do that, but I kind of think the reason why we wouldn't do that is because, then all the people for the pre-sale would have jackpot credits, but no tax went in, to build the jackpot, right? So it would launch with 0 in the jackpot, but all these people have a chance of winning. And so it would take away from the excitement of buying on PancakeSwap at launch.
So essentially, you're going to be creating a jackpot from people speculating on the market price of your token, right? So the pre-sellers, a lot of them are either planning on staking or planning on increasing or planning on speculating on the market price, right? Something like that. And then from there, that's when the jackpots start. So say I buy in pre-sale and then I buy at launch, right? Say I put buy 0.01, you said 0.001 BNB?
0.01.
0.01, say I buy 0.01 BNB, and that's where I generate my credits from that 3% tax. And I'll only get the credits from that 3% tax, not from the pre-sale. So people that are doing pre-sale are either speculating on market price or planning for staking, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, or they're looking to bet on the Super Bowl because that's where most of our people are coming in for, because we have a 0 fee betting DApp that is going to be completely community run, and the way we got to pick which games are going to be bet on. And so, for example, this weekend it's going to be the Super Bowl, and we're going to have a lot of little mini bets and stuff on that, all powered through the smart contract. Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Everybody, and this is what I'm excited about what HedgePay is doing. And, if we're able to find a way to, how you guys want to have it where everybody can buy in with their credit card and do that. I imagine if that's a product that you guys are going to be able to license out, I definitely want in on that, because if we can make it just easier for people to come in and participate in zero fee sports betting. And the reason it's zero fee is because it's peer to peer. So we have a peer to peer bet matching system where you can basically say, I'm going to put in $1,000 and this person could put in $50, and it'll just match $50 up with their first $50. And then any excess in the end that people can just withdraw. But otherwise, it's completely peer to peer and zero fee. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And so people want to get their Speakeasy tokens at pre-sale while they're less expensive. Clearly, it's a huge advantage getting in a pre-sale, just because of how many people want to get in on the ecosystem.
Right.
And then,
can I ask you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, if you get into the staking pools, we can go more into that. But I would recommend leaving some of your tokens left over for the betting. But if you get into staking, it's a guaranteed return.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Is the mobile app ready to roll on launch?
So the sports betting app is going to just come out on Friday, right before to get everything hyped up and ready for that. The app, the DApp is already ready, obviously, for the spin game. So you don't have to do anything when you buy on PancakeSwap, but you can go watch it on the DApp and see your credits and see everything there. And then, of course, we have the Flash staking portal already ready, because you guys are amazing and made that happen.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that's going to be exciting too. Can you explain to us a little bit how the Flash staking works? What did we make for you? What's our custom contract do for you?
So basically, staking didn't really make sense for us because it's not really like an investment product, and it doesn't have we don't have any that many tokens to throw at it. So we put 10% into it, and the APR I don't think would be super high, and it would technically run out because we don't have any of our taxes going back into the staking pool. So just wanted to have the way that we could take advantage of staking, but more of a game. And so Flash staking basically is, what we all collectively came up with is basically people can, when the timer hits or whatever, everybody tries to stake their tokens, but there's only a limited availability of how many tokens can be staked at any time. And so in this case, it's 6.9% of our total supply can be staked, and each user can only stake up to 0.1% of the supply. And so it turns out that if everybody staked the max, only 69 people would get in, but they get 1,000% APR, fixed APR. So guaranteed 1,000% APR, but the pool only lasts for 1 week.
Okay.
And so after a week, there's now a 24-hour cooldown period where the next set of people can try to get in. So I imagine some people who are quick and want to be right at their computer are going to get in every time. But for example, it's going to be crazy, right?
So if I take my pre-sale that I'm going to buy and I stake it, it's stuck there for a week. And if I'm one of the first to stake it, I'll get 1,000% APR for that week. Is that right?
Yeah. So if you're lucky to get in on that, because like I said, if there's only 69 people that can get in, I mean, that's 18% return in 1 week.
Yes.
So, and then maybe people just want to test the water, and like everybody wants to stake at least just a little bit, then more than 69 people will get in. It just depends. I know a lot of people that are definitely going to just try to put the max in on that, because it's not that much. It's like, it's going to be it's about, the pre-sale price is going to be 12 million tokens per BNB. And so the max that you can stake is 10 million. So if they got the full bag anyway on pre-sale, they would still have some left over to come bet with on the Super Bowl, or, they should definitely get more on PancakeSwap at launch. So then they can ape big on the Super Bowl too, just because there's going to be just so much fun.
So your peer-to-peer betting is going to be something that you're personally funding, but you have no way to benefit financially from. Is that correct? Because of the legalities associated with it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's zero fee. It's peer-to. Yeah, of course. So it's peer-to-peer and it's zero fee. So we're not like a traditional sports betting site and bookies, what they do is that, hey, I've got, the shady ones don't even have enough money to pay the bet, but I could take a bet from hundreds of people, and I set the odds they're almost kind of rigged where it's like I'm most likely going to win. And what happens if now I can take everybody's money if I win the bet, but if you guys all win your bets, then I just can disappear and I don't have to pay you. And so that's why it's such a regulated industry.
Yes.
And then they also have the aspect of, so let's pretend I did have all of the money and I was just going to pay it out to you. I would have to take like 5 or 10%, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of me taking these bets and being the bookmaker, right? So I've got to make a fee because if I'm doing the really fair spreads, like where the odds are even basically for either team to win, then I have to have the money and I have to take a cut. And so we're using the fair spreads, so we're using the same spread from like Bleacher Report or DraftKings, basically the top Vegas spreads, and entering that. And so the way the spread works is one of the teams has an advantage of winning, because let's say that they're the better team. So they have to win by more points. And so that makes it so if you bet $100 and I bet $100, it's fair because you wouldn't want to bet $100 on the underdog if I'm betting $100 on the overdog. Right. But in this case, the overdog has to win. Right. Yeah. So this one, the overdog is like, yeah, he's the overdog, but he's got to win by 9 points. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll bet on the underdog because even if you win, if you don't win by this many points, I still win the bet. And so
that's clever.
That's how spreads work. And so in this situation, you're betting if for every $100 bet on, the Rams, we're going to have $100 bet on the Bengals. And then those would be matched up together. And so, for example, let's say that the Rams end up having an extra like $5,000 bet on them in the end. I'm going to come in and just bet on the Bengals just for the hell of it, just so I could come in there and, it's going to be hyped in chat and everyone's going to be having a really good time. Just like when we do duck races or we all get in the same, all get in voice chat and stuff and watch the spin happen every day and every week. So it's really just a community.
You there? I think we may have lost you there, Barrett. Did we lose you, buddy? I think you're frozen on us. You there? Barrett, you disappeared, bro. Let me message him. Hey, Barrett, you're back, buddy. If you wanna continue with what you were saying, because we did lose you. A second. I just messaged you. You there, buddy?
Hello?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
Check 1, 2. Hold on. Okay.
All right. You back? I can hear you a lot better now. Are you able to? Can you hear us?
I'm going to reconnect.
Okay. We can hear you, just so you know. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. Okay. Can you hear me now, buddy?
Great.
Now?
Wave here if you can hear me. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't hear anything.
Maybe your headphones? Oh, I guess I can't. You can't hear me, so it doesn't matter. So,
my headphones are working. But yeah, in the state in which this is all disconnected, this is not good. All right, just hype it up for a minute here and tell people how awesome this is. I'll be right back.
Okay, bro.
Hide my.
Okay. All right.
Shit.
You let me know when you got it back up.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go over what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go over the timing associated with this, what we have scheduled for him. I'm going to wait till he comes back for us. I'll just mute him until then. Okay, so let's go over the timing, what he's got set up for us. If I go to our tiers, so there's 3 tiers for his pre-sale. Tier 1 is his whitelist. We're going to be giving out 10 whitelist spots today in chat. And then we're also going to have, that's going to be for the first 10 minutes as he launches on our IDO pad. The next 10 minutes will be open to all HedgePay holders. If you hold at least 100,000 HedgePay, you'll be added in that whitelist. So that's your own personal whitelist just for holding HedgePay, which I don't think I've seen anybody else get a chance to do yet. So I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to go to HedgePay News and read you the rest. And then I'll open up to public after that. So let's see. So first tier is whitelist, second tier is HedgePay holders, hold at least 100,000 HedgePay to join the pool. Third tier is public. The remaining tokens will be open to the public from 1720 to 1730. If hard cap doesn't fill in the second tier round, you won't need to hold HedgePay in order to be involved in the third tier, but you will for the second. You will be able to claim on our website. We'll tell you when that's able to be claimed, and we'll be listing Speakeasy on the 10th of February at 1700 UTC. Our pre-sale will begin on February 9th, though. So tomorrow at 1700 UTC, around noon, we'll probably have another AMA with him here around that launch pad time, and he'll be our first person to be involved in our HedgePay platform. So I'm sure that's going to go well. And then his staking will also be involved. So let's see. Barrett's back, I think. Barrett, you're unmuted, brother.
Hey, man. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good. I had to restart my laptop. That was interesting. Okay. Yeah, but what happened? Yeah, my power cable got kicked out, and I said I had plugged it in. Yeah, technical difficulties.
I know, man. Okay, so you're telling us a little bit about your DApp, how that works, and how you can, how this weekend everybody who gets Speakeasy will be able to bet on the Super Bowl, right? Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So,
and then we're gonna have a little fun, side bets, kind of like, is the first point scored, is it going to be a touchdown, or is it going to be? I mean, is it obviously it could be a touchdown, but or maybe it might be a field goal. But is it going to be? Yeah, is it going to be? Is the first touchdown going to be a rushing? Or is it going to be a passing? So there's already a bunch of little ones that we're adding in. That's going to be fun. And then
that is cool.
Yeah. So you buy in on PancakeSwap, then you get entered into the jackpots automatically, and they automatically spin, and we wait and watch for those. We have you can participate in the flash staking right away. You watch the countdown. It's through the HedgePay staking platform, the custom-made flash staking, which is cool because it even shows the percentage of how much it's filled, and it's just completely gamified. And then you use your Speakeasy tokens to bet on the Super Bowl and all sorts of sporting events and random bets that we are going to have every day from now on. And then we also have a 5% giveaway wallet where we're going to be doing duck races and stuff all the time and just handing out tokens and whatnot. So it's really all just about being a community. And that's why it's called Speakeasy,
right?
Because Speakeasies are, places to hang out and have a little fun.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, to be real with you. It does sound like, that's why I'm going to get on that pre-sale too. And I know we've been talking a lot here. We should probably get to some questions from other people, but I'm really excited about this token. Let's see if we have any hands raised. I thought I saw some hand raised earlier. All right. We have one who wants to talk now. I'm going to go ahead and let him speak. All right. Dutel, you are unmuted if you want to go ahead and ask a question, bud. I'll give him a second to get his mic going.
Yeah, don't forget the 10 best questions. We're getting whitelist spots, so that's a special deal here. And then, also there was the round 2 of the pre-sale was actually available for people with HedgePay as well.
Yeah, that's right. We went over that a little bit while you were muted.
Great.
So 1700 tomorrow UTC. So 5 p.m. UTC tomorrow, you're going to be on the launch pad. It's going to be available. Whitelists will get the first 10 minutes. Then HedgePay holders who hold at least 100,000 HedgePay will get the next 10 minutes, and then it'll be open to public for a final 10 minutes. So that's our plan for tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and see if anybody else has questions. Just raise your hand. I'm really excited. Looks like we got Professor wants to speak. All right, Professor, I'm going to unmute you, buddy. What questions do you have about Speakeasy, my friend?
Hey, sorry, I'm driving right now, so it's probably noisy. Is a project like you've been speaking all around like the Super Bowl? So, is there any other utility? Can you give us more detail? Like what's happening after the Super Bowl? Like, what's gonna benefit? Or are we gonna benefit if we keep holding after that or stake after that?
Well, if you're lucky to get into the staking, there's only 1 week long staking pools. So staking's only running for 8 weeks. And that's because after 8 weeks, we'll have given out 10% of the supply. So and when I say if you're lucky enough, it's very limited because the APR is fixed. So it's so high. But as far as the utility of the token goes, I mean, the utility is betting. I mean, it's a sports betting app using the Speakeasy token. So there's always going to be different sporting events to bet on. And on the days that there's not some crazy sporting event, I imagine somewhere in the world there's something to bet on. And that's what people are coming to do. So, whether it's like UFC or boxing or, what UFC? Is the price of tea in China, I mean, we can be betting on anything. And it's all about that community. And so as more and more people are coming in, yeah, of course, UFC, like everything. And we're going to adding the tournament support. There's just endless, fun. It's community. And then as you guys also saw on our roadmap, we're adding poker, but it's not that hard to get a poker platform and use the Speakeasy token with it. But that's just because all of us are degens and want to play poker. And it's just the focus on the community. But yeah, we're not curing any sort of diseases or doing anything like much crazier than that. I know, but like as far as like how much more utility do you want? No, I'm just kidding. It is just a betting token.
It's a good question. I think it's cool because you hadn't mentioned the Texas Hold'em before, and it's great to mention that because a lot of people like playing poker. Do you have other games that you plan on implementing in the future as well? Because I know you have duck races. You said you're going to do. You're going to do the jackpot. You're going to have other sports and stuff like that. Like UFC, that's a really big one too because that one's getting bigger as time goes on. I'm a fan of watching that, even though there's ethical concerns about the brain damage associated with it. But it's still fun to watch. Yeah. It's not live. It still is fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a great question. So is this hard to keep up with? Is it hard to keep up with the number of sporting events, or is it like kind of decentralized so people can kind of put the spreadsheets in or mention specific sporting events to you? Can they do that? And then you can include them on the D app, or how's that work?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question too. So what happens there is what we do is I just enter it into the smart contract. I could just enter the different teams and enter what the spread is going to be and what time the game starts. And then as soon as I enter it, people can place bets up until the end of until the game starts actually. Yeah, until the end of the betting. Cool. But the end of the betting is the start of the game.
Okay, cool. So say I buy in pre-sale, I can stake some of it if I get lucky enough to be one of the few, and then I can use the rest to bet on your mobile app. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, exactly. Great. And then in the future, it should be within like 3 weeks that we have the poker platform up, and so then people can just but mostly it's just participating and whatnot in the community. I mean, so it's a lot like a meme coin where there's just heavy marketing and it's a lot of fun. But, with the, what is this? What do I actually do with this token? And it's for the zero fee betting. And it's the first ever with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I just unmuted somebody, Crypto, I think it said King, Crypto King. I unmuted one of you over there that had your hand raised. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask whatever question you might have. Unless I lost you. Did I lose you, buddy?
But that was a good question, so I need to put him on the list. What was his username? That was the professor.
Professor, yeah.
Okay, Professor. Thank you.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Okay.
Al, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, not bad. Congratulations on this amazing launch. I mean, pre-sale is all sold out, but don't worry, they all sold early. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. People are so concerned about it. But I just have some questions about this staking, basically. So is it a fixed lock staking or is it unlocked staking? How does that going to work? And if it's locked, is it going to affect the APR? Is it going to give more APR, or is it just unlocked staking so I can unstake anytime?
You're asking about Speakeasy's on flash staking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's just you can unlock for a 30% penalty, and so but otherwise you're just in there for 1 week. But if you want to get out within that week, you take the 30% loss. But you still would generate the rewards that you've made up until then. But yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, so you were mentioning about because I joined late, I didn't quite hear everything. So you said there's a whitelist for something. I'm not sure what was that for. I joined late, so can you elaborate that, please?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. There's we're doing our pre-sale with HedgePay tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC. And so we're the first token that HedgePay is launching with their platform. And so, to commemorate that, we're giving out, 10 whitelist spots to the community here at this AMA to give people an opportunity to get in on the first round. And the second round of the pre-sale, so for 10 minutes, it'll be for whitelist. And then for 10 minutes, it will be only for HedgePay holders. And then after that, it'll go public. And so I think when it hits public, it's going to be, pretty popular. So getting on the whitelist is definitely advantageous.
Yeah, you said it right. That was a good question. Thank you.
It sounds weird. Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Also, I just looked at the code as well, and everything is solid. I have to give that to you guys. I mean, great job on that. I mean, I looked at the code, I looked at the compiler, I looked at the liquidities. It's amazing. I mean, we're going to have a really stable ground for quite a long, because people are saying there's so many cells, but they're not looking at the liquidity and the market cap, and it's amazing. So keep up the good work, guys. It's really amazing.
Thanks, man.
Trust me.
Appreciate you, buddy. All right, Eddie will never DM first. You had your hand up, buddy. You got a question for us? So you got L, you got Professor, and now Eddie will DM first.
Okay, yeah, I got a question. Now, something about the whitelist. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you. Go ahead, buddy.
I'm just writing down your name here.
Okay, all right. All right, something about the whitelist. You've got 10 whitelist spots. So I'm interested in the whitelist. How do I become a part of it?
That counts as a good question, right? Just participating here. I mean, I was going to go to the 10 best questions, but you're definitely in the running right now. So pretty much, the 10 best questions. This AMA was going to get a whitelist spot.
Did you have any other questions, buddy?
Thank you so much. Okay.
I've got you on the list, so.
Good. All right. What other questions we got? You guys go ahead and raise your hands, and I'll get to you. I'm just looking through the list right now, looking to see who's got their hand raised. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? Let's go. Go ahead.
Hi. Speakeasy is the token that's launching tomorrow on your IDO. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, are you guys interlinked within the projects, or is that a separate project from you guys?
So it's a separate project from us, but he's using all of our services. He's using our staking services. We've audited his contract. His contract looks good. He's KYC'd with us. He's also using our IDO platform. So he's a separate service that we're bringing to you guys just right around launch time, right around the time we went public. So we're showing people that we've already got good friends on board, and a really good one too. I really like this project.
Yeah, I mean, just a question for Speezy. I don't know what your name is, but I'll call you Speezy.
Sure.
The project you mentioned, it's like a betting project. It's like just a normal sports betting project. Is that correct?
Yeah, but we're the first zero fee sports betting and peer to peer platform. So it's
right.
where you use the Speezy token to do that. So we're the first one doing that, and there's just a much more focus on the community and with our other tokenomics and stuff, like when you buy and you get entered into the jackpot. And so unlike other sports betting tokens that they have just sort of a really professional and nice platform, and you can go bet on every single game, and you're betting against the house in those ways. Ours is just like I said, just much more community focused, less games to bet on, but they have much more hype. And then you still have all the other cool features, like we have our anti-dump tokenomics and just so much that other sports betting tokens don't have.
So just run me through the logistics. Let's say your betting platform. If I was to go onto the betting platform, I would connect with my wallet and just put in the tokens that I'm betting with, or BUSD.
Mm-hmm.
How does it work?
Just tokens, yeah. Just your Speezy tokens that you would just decide how many Speezy tokens you're going to bet on either team. Okay,
and then you can see the people that have bet on there with their wallets or connected, that sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah, so there'll just be a list of the wallets that are and how much money is bet on either side, and you'll see them like matching up. Because if you bet $100 on the Rams, you're going to have somebody else out there bet $100 on the Bengals, and otherwise, yeah.
Just something for you to think about. I'm from another project, actually. I won't mention it here. I don't want to spoil your guys' thing here. But what if, for example, people that are betting and you can see the wallets there on your platform. What if the wallets can chat to other wallets by being totally anonymous, but it's wallet-to-wallet chat? Because the reason I'm saying that's the technology that we've created, and that can be implemented into anything really.
Oh, well, that would be pretty cool. Why don't you send me a DM?
Okay, I'll do that. By the way, look, I really like this HedgePay. I've just invested. It's really good.
Thanks, man. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your question. That was great questions, and I really like the feedback too. It's a good idea.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
All right, cool, man. That'd be really nice. Nice little implementation. You can get all sorts of ridiculous commentary from that. All right, any other questions? Somebody's got their hand up. Anybody got their hand up? Got questions for us? Barrett's got more whitelist spots to give away. He's got a really cool project. Something I'm very excited about that I'm going to be investing in personally, because I plan on betting on the Super Bowl for sure, and UFC fights too. All right. Any questions at all? Let me see if there's any more.
I've got so many people that have been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, I was going to say there's so many people that are they're doing whatever they can to get a whitelist spot, and I've come to the HedgePay AMA. I'm going to be handing them out. It's so funny.
Yes. I know people will work so hard for a whitelist spot and then lose the opportunity.
Have to come in.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead. What were you? Okay.
I was going to ask you something, but I'll ask it after because somebody else has got a question. All right. Shabazz, you are up. You're unmuted. You can ask whatever question you're ready to ask, buddy.
How many HedgePay to participate to in IDO?
100,000.
100,000. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Or you just earned yourself a whitelist, so you don't even need any HedgePay at this point.
Okay. Thank you.
That was a good question.
No, I guess I think I'm not selected in whitelisted. So then I hold it to 1,000 HedgePay. So then I will participate.
Well, you'll definitely have a whitelist spot now, buddy, because you asked a question.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. All right, I'll just see if we have anybody else has a question. Okay, so we got Luffy here wants to speak. All right, Luffy, you're unmuted, buddy. You got any question you got for Bear here? I'll give him a second.
When moon, when Nambu.
Hey, bud. How are you?
When moon, when Nambu.
When moon?
When moon.
Probably shortly. I don't know. Pretty soon. You know, what's really interesting is as we just build up the people, the more people in the community that want to bet, then the more people are bringing in their friends and stuff, saying, "Hey, you know, they only have a 3% buy-in tax. Come and just buy and bet on this because the buy-in tax is less than the bookie fees, most other sites and whatnot. And since it's peer-to-peer and it's on the smart chain, you know, I mean, not financial advice, but yeah, everything's within the token. So as long as you're not taking your Binance and going and selling it, you know, you're still just within the ecosystem. So you're not really making any, you're not really winning anything. You know, you're just increasing your Speakeasy tokens. So you are winning something, but you know, it's not, I don't think it's, not financial advice. Don't worry. Think about it.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for your question, man. All right, I'm gonna unmute Method Man here. He's got his hands up, buddy. You're unmuted. You can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question, my friend.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you good, bud. How you doing?
Okay. Just a quick question. What was the inspiration behind this project? I don't know if that's been asked before. I'm a bit new.
That's a good question.
Well, yeah, it's just that we wanted to have, you know, we're talking about it a little bit earlier, just how, you know, we wanted to have a buy-in. You know, the jackpots were, you know, we're the only lottery jackpot token that the only way to get into the jackpots is by buying in to that current, during the round of that current jackpot. So instead of it being for every holder, you know, that this 3% of the tax goes to a winner every week, it's 3% of the tax goes to just people that bought in during that week. And so much bigger jackpots, just a lot more incentive for people to buy it. And then, you know, just, you know, it's a really complicated DApp. There's a lot of things that go into making that work. And so just, I guess the complexity is kind of what inspired me, you know, cause it's just, that's why it hasn't been done. Cause it's cool. And then now it's just exciting, you know, taking the same technology and, you know, all the skills that we've, you know, learned creating these dApps to make our sports betting DApp. And then just to see what else comes down in the future. But just really just having a lot of fun, just creating things at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say I really like it. It's quite unique. So right now, are you guys focusing on sports betting? Because like I read the roadmap earlier on the website and I thought it was like I think it was something along the lines of, I can't word it correctly, but things along the lines of like staking or card payments implementation and things like that. Are you looking to do that in the future?
I think you kind of got a little bit muffled on some of the stuff. But yeah, as soon as that we can kind of, you know, we're already using all of HedgePay's products, you know, at this point, you know, there's staking portal, doing the IDO. And I know that HedgePay is creating a really cool way that you can buy with the credit card and, you know, skip the pancake swap process. And as soon as they do that, you know, whatever they want to, you know, however we can get in on it too, you know, I can't wait because anything to simplify that process. But yeah, mostly, you know, for example, sports betting, but yeah, we are adding a poker platform and we are, you know, we already have our B&B mini game where you can actually just put B&B into this wheel. Like the more B&B you put in, the more odds you have. And so it's just like a really classic jackpot where, you know, even the minimum bet on it of 0.01 B&B can win, you know, but what happens usually is someone's going to put a lot of money in right at the last second, but then someone else will come and put more. And I've still seen it where the guy who only put in $5 wins, and it's really fun. So just all sorts of games and whatnot.
Okay, thank you. And just one last question. Am I right in saying the pre-sale that just happened or the launch was for HedgePay and then tomorrow is for your end app? Is that right?
Yeah, so for tomorrow is for the Speakeasy pre-sale on HedgePay.
Okay.
You know, we aren't affiliated other than that HedgePay has, you know, I'm an investor in HedgePay, but HedgePay is a IDO platform and they have, you know, staking platforms. Like they're just a service provider and they're already launching with this utility where this is like proof of it. We'll be launching on their platform tomorrow. So it's not like HedgePay, oh, we're coming out with the Launchpad in the future. We're going to sell staking platforms in the future. They already are selling staking platforms. We bought it and we're buying, paying them money for the IDO. So, they're already generating money. So, HedgePay's like got some serious utility.
Okay, that makes a lot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I was so confused. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I know it's crazy doing an AMA on their launch day, but yeah, they're just. I was surprised. I didn't even ask until they're like, "No, we can do it."
Yeah, because I did the AMA and I heard you guys talking about betting, and I was thinking, am I in the AMA? But it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got muffled when you were saying it. It's like I heard staking and sports betting, and then I kind of thought that's what you were thinking, but yeah, good.
All right, great question, buddy. All right, I'll go ahead and let Michael's got a question for us. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Michael. Michael, you're unmuted, buddy. You can go ahead and speak.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask.
By the way, Barrett, Venom just called us.
Why? Oh, wow, cool.
So,
okay.
I'm trying to stake, and then I connect my wallet, and then I put stake, and then he charged me like some cents, some 40, 60 cents, and then I'll go back and I try to. What I gotta do? Put deposit, because I already put deposit. Now I go back and it's not showing that on the wallet. I don't know what is going on.
Hey, Michael, go ahead and DM HedgePay. Just DM Ed. Ed will get it fixed out for you. We're just asking. We're doing questions for Speakeasy on this AMA right now, buddy.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know.
It's okay. It's okay. Did you have any questions for Speakeasy?
No, I'm good. This is a great project. I'm clear about the project. So this is great.
Okay, cool, man.
All right, thanks. Sorry about that.
We'll do some support for you, man. No worries. We'll just do some support for you. Okay. All right. Anybody else got questions? Go ahead and just raise your hand. There's still a few whitelist spots to get away. I know a lot of people have been fighting for those spots, and so we still got a few right here. So,
I can suggest a question. Someone should ask, how did the anti-dump tokenomics work? Because that's something that's never been in a token contract before. So somebody asked.
Yeah, good.
That.
Hello. Yeah.
Somebody
how
just
did the anti-dump.
Yeah, copy.
Nice, Raul. That's good. Hope I'm saying your name right, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I'd love to answer that. So the way the anti-dump tokenomics work is that our sell tax is 13%, and the buy tax is 3%. So it's very low tax. But if you sell more than one BNB in a day, the first BNB is taxed at 13%. But anything over one BNB in a day is actually taxed at 23%. And so that's to really encourage people to scale. And so hopefully we're going to see some really nice charts, because a lot of people don't think about it. And they're like, I might as well just sell 2 BNB right now or 3. But it's like, maybe you think about it. And if you sell 1 BNB every day to get the lower sell tax, then if everybody did that, then we wouldn't have these major dumps on the chart, because usually like one dump gets another dump and so forth. And so these anti-dump tokenomics, we're going to have a 3% buy and a 23% tax anyway. But then we were like, why don't we just incentivize people by giving them a 10% discount if they sell 1 BNB or less per day? And the smart contract actually calculates it all. So if you sell 2 BNB in one transaction, it's actually just going to tax you at 18% and anywhere in between. So it's big. Yeah, I think they're going to see a lot of people copying that in the future.
I think so too. It's smart, man. It's a good idea. I like that. Good question, man. What made you think of that question, bro?
Yeah.
What was okay, so it was Raul.
Yeah. So,
yeah. You told her your secret.
I've heard this a lot in a lot of AMAs, as well as that you have to adapt to BSC. If the token that does not adapt to BSC dies in over time. So I think that's a really nice move, to adapt to the new. So a lot of people think BSC is dead. It's a lot of people are dumping tokens on launch. So I think that's a very good way to, adapt to the new conditions. And that's what I suggest to a lot of people. I have been trying to, here and there, suggest people, new when they ask me about how to, build their contract. So I tell them to adapt is what is important, and I think you're really doing that beautifully, Barrett.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited for the launch.
Appreciate that.
All the best.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's going to go really well, man.
So let me see how many whitelist spots that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, if we could get 2 more questions in, that would be great. Or else gonna have to not. No, I'm just kidding. What would be another really good question? So in response,
can you suggest me good question?
Ask a
You
question.
suggest a good question, then I will repeat.
You already got one, but Professor seems like he has a real question. Yes, please.
Yeah. Do you guys are planning to do like a bridge or anything like that?
Yeah, that okay. I was gonna suggest someone should ask, but yeah. So we're not gonna do a bridge, but what we will do in the next 2 months, maybe, or 3 months, depending on when the community we can all decide on which chain to switch to. We're looking at Cardano, Solana, Phantom. So one of these 3 chains. So Phantom, Cardano, Solana, or what was I saying earlier? One of those 3 is looking pretty promising right now because they don't have mining fees, and so everything will run a lot smoother. Because with BSC, there's a little bit of a lag, so when you're looking at the DApp and it's showing you the bets or loading the wheel, I mean, you have to wait for it to load off of the blockchain. Just like when you go to PancakeSwap, it takes a little time for your balance to show up and whatnot. So instead of bridging and dealing with that, what we're going to do is just a straight migration, because we're able to convert all of our dApps and everything over to these other chains. We just take the liquidity, move it over, and airdrop all the holders over to the new chain. And then we get to basically ride the hype of the new chain with basically no costs even to switch over. And then we're just now on this new chain, but we already have the community, and it's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah.
Seamless too. Yeah, I got a personal crush on Cardano, to be honest, and people give me heck about it all the time, but I really do like Cardano. I think they got a lot of good solutions for a lot of the problems associated with the blockchain. That's really cool that you're considering them. And what's the other ones you're considering? Phantom and
Solana.
Solana. Yep. Yeah.
Just wanted to add this. I think Phantom is a really good one, and one of the best one I personally think is very undervalued is Valus, and right now they're offering about $100 million to devs for any new project that is on their blockchain. So something like betting, I never see anything like a betting, contract on Valus. So that will give you the opportunity to make that good money, because they will probably sponsor you too.
That's cool. Valus?
Yeah.
What's it called? Valus?
Yeah, Valus. I'll have to consider that. That sounds cool that there's a bounty for it. But definitely worth considering. But we want to, we definitely want to also consider just like the holders, like as far as BSC is the most popular right now. That's why we're on BSC. But as soon as where are all the BSC apes going? Which chain is it going to be? Because it's a big fight right now. One of them is going to become, the one that we're all using. And I think, the next major trend, and I want to make sure that we're putting ourselves in a good position to just really continue the growth.
Yeah, that's smart, man. Thanks for that question there, Professor. Appreciate you. Anybody else have questions? I think we still got whitelist spots left. Raise your hand, ask any question, and you might get yourself a whitelist spot, whatever it is. So, we got PV88. All right, PV88, brother, I'm going to let you speak. Go ahead, man. I just unmuted you, buddy.
Hey,
I know you had problems with
Mason.
Hey, man. How you doing, bud?
Thanks for all the details, Garrett. Actually, it's an interesting project. I have 2 questions. The first one is, are you going to extend the staking to the global events? Like you mentioned some sport events in US, but
Yeah, so whatever's going on at the time, whether or not it's like cricket, like if it's European soccer, or I guess European football is what we call soccer. Yeah, definitely. For example, everybody's a degen, and then we're going to just come and bet on whatever. And then, it just gives the people from wherever that game is, they're going to be even more excited. Just like, some people might not watch the Super Bowl, but they're still going to come bet on it and vice versa. So, yeah, we just need content to have fun. There's like people like bringing like their dad, uncle, like cousins, like so many people that weren't into crypto are coming in to buy Speakeasy just because it just sounds, fun,
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. My next question is is Speakeasy going to only be a betting coin, or you will be into lottery and the other kind of games that could actually go into this gambling world?
Yeah, so we're looking at maybe chess or checkers, some things for the people that's still skill based, but that is not like a video game. Yeah, that's just smart. Things that we could go through a little bit of a wager on and just, really continue with the community vibe of hey, who wants to play this right now? Let me challenge you.
That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. We could even have championships and stuff like that. That's really cool idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be more like a multiplayer event on the net.
Yeah, everything that so far that we have is multiplayer. The whole idea is everything's zero fee and it's all peer to peer, and then people are placing wagers on these things. So as long as it fits that category where it never turns into that, no matter what, we're not a casino. All we're doing is facilitating peer to peer betting. So just like if you're going to have a poker game at your house, if you charge a rake, now it becomes illegal. But if you're just having a poker tournament or playing a cash game at your house, as long as nobody is taking a cut of that, you're allowed to do that. And so we're just facilitating that with the Speakeasy token.
Brilliant. That's damn brilliant, bro. I'll be honest with you. Thank you, PV88, for your question, buddy. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Thank you.
Yeah. Dude, I got to say, that's one of the coolest loopholes I've ever heard in my life, man. Just not taking it. See, and I think a lot of people haven't done it because they're just too busy on being greedy. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so many opportunities that are left on the table because people want to make so much money for themselves. And you taking this stance and doing it peer-to-peer, I think is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be kind of revolutionary in that sense too. I don't know if there's any other peer-to-peer token right now that you can do betting like this that I've even heard of. So it's really, really cool that you're doing this, man. I'm super into this project. There was somebody who had their hand up, but I think I lost them. All right, guys, I think we have one nice whitelist spot left. If anybody has a question for Barrett on this project, Speakeasy, very cool project. One of the first peer-to-peer betting platforms, plus instituting new games and international events. It's going to be really, really interesting project. So anybody just raise your hand, ask them a question. I think you'll end up with a whitelist spot here.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in here already held their 100,000 HedgePay, and so they're going to be able to get in after the first 10 minutes of whitelist anyway, when it opens up to the HedgePay holders. Because we will not fill up in the whitelist because we are not even giving out enough whitelist spots to possibly do that, because the hard cap is 300 BNB, the maximum contribution is 1 BNB, and we're giving out close to 300 whitelist spots. And so it's, whitelist spot is a guaranteed entry into this. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, and what I love about the HedgePay platform is that as soon as it does go public, we've actually specially requested that you can't send money directly to the contract. So anybody can't go and make any sort of bot at this moment. Like, you have to hit the contribute button and, do it manually. And so when it does go public, I want them to still have a chance to experience that. And so kind of by design, it was set up to end up going public. And it's just going to be interesting because whitelists are usually there just to prevent bots, but the HedgePay platform is really going to, I don't know, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the way that it should have been in the beginning. I don't know why DXL lets you send it directly to the contract, because it just gives a bunch of people unnecessary advantages over everyone else. So
yes, it does. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. All right. So any other questions we have for Barrett here? He's got a really interesting project. Any question at all? We're ready for you. We got we got Mad Max. Mad Max has got a question. Oh. You're unmuted, buddy. Go ahead.
He's gonna take us home here.
Yeah, take us home.
Hey man, how you doing? I actually just jumped in.
You're speaking, but it's not. I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear anything?
I can.
You can? I couldn't hear any. Okay, sorry. I'll let him. Go ahead and ask the question.
Yeah, I just recently jumped into the chat. What's the technical background of the team, and have they worked on any other projects before?
Yeah, so we had the launch of our previous token spin, which just had the spin jackpots. So we went through the whole process of everything. I've been coding and building, software and managing developers for a long time too. But yeah, we have quite an extensive team. The guy who, Cyber Dragon, who's creating our latest main token contract and is handling a lot of these updates and changes we're making. He has a lot of experience with some big tokens. He's been the contract dev for, he wrote the original contract for DGEM and Wraith, and he was on the Hoj team as a dev. So he's got a pretty awesome background. He has his own blockchain consulting firm. That's his full-time business, is blockchain. And and then everything, is obviously audited and stuff by HedgePay. And they have the most brilliant dev in the world. He just whips out custom flash staking platforms. Just like, what is flash staking? I don't know. Here it is. And just made it work. And just, I don't know. So we have just so many resources, and definitely know what it takes to run a token and, do the marketing and whatnot.
All right, awesome, man. Sounds like a promising project. Thanks for that.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Mad Max. Appreciate you, buddy. Great question.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I didn't get to hear it until the very end there. You started coming through for me. So
looks like we're good
right.
then.
Yeah, I think we are. Bro, let's wrap it up.
10 winners. Yeah, take us home.
All right, guys. So this is going to be the end of our AMA for Barrett. Barrett and his Speakeasy token. His pre-sale is going to be on our platform tomorrow. It's going to start at 1700 UTC, 5 o'clock p.m. UTC tomorrow, and it's going to be the first 10 minutes is going to be the people who got on the whitelist. Next 10 minutes, 100 people who hold at least 100,000 HedgePay can buy in the pre-sale, and then it'll be opened up to the public. And after that, you launch on the 10th. Is that correct? Around the same time, 1700 UTC?
Exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, anything else you want to add, Barrett, before we wrap it up?
No, just thank you so much for hosting this on your launch day. It's just, I don't know, it blows my mind, the work ethic over at HedgePay and, the technology that you're bringing to the table. And it's awesome. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for investing, too. I appreciate you, man. And I'm excited. I'm going to buy in your pre-sale, bro.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, guys.
Give me your wallet for the whitelist.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
All right. Take care. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Signing out.